Hi, so I'm here with a student of mine, and we're going to do some warm-ups for you and give you an idea about how to do them and what to do when you do some warm-ups. So I think the first thing we want to do is we kind of want to warm up the body. What do you think? Yes? Mackenzie's pretty athletic and does a lot of exercise and stuff. Have you exercised today?
No, after this, I am.
Okay, so sometimes she goes at like early in the morning.
Yeah.
And says, Dr. B, do you want to go? And I'm like, no, I am not getting up at that hour. Night person. So, all right. So we're gonna warm up the body a little bit. All right. So I'm gonna get ready for that. So one of the things that we're gonna do is we're gonna raise our arms. Right. We're gonna kind of. Oh my. All right. Well, we don't want Dr. B's belly to show, so let's take care of that right away. La la la. That's not pretty. Okay, so here we go. All right, arms up. Yes, feel that stretch. Try to warm up the body a little bit. Let's go out with the arms. There we go. And let's raise the knees a little. Just kind of feel that grounding that we want. Like we want to really feel grounded and into our bodies a little bit. Get the knees apart. And how do you like to stand when you sing?
I stand with one foot in front of the other, just barely.
Yeah.
But it helps me feel a little bit.
Sure. I tend to wear high heels.
Yeah.
So having my legs out and shoulder width is super helpful for me when I'm in heels.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in flats, then yeah. Standing with one foot in front of the other gets a little better, but I feel a little off balance if I'm in heels, so I want to kind of stand whatever way I feel really good. And I should be able to do this to any singer. She knows what I'm coming in for. I should be able to do this and have the singer, guy or girl, singer feel like they can't be moved. That means you're really, really grounded. So we're going to start with that grounding, and now we're going to kind of come down. We're going to give a little bit of a engagement in the abs. Engage the abs. Come up. Really feel that engagement in the abs. Now we're going to come down again. Blow out all your air. Now take a deep breath. And then let's get in the Garcia position. So we're going to go like this. We're going to come here, and then we're going to put our hands back in the small of our back so that our chest is nice and open. And now we're in the Garcia position, and hopefully you can let go of those hands and maintain that. Now we're just going to go. Do some more of those. Oh, see, I didn't get quite enough air. My lips stopped buzzing. So if you want to really keep those lips buzzing, you have to think about velocity of the air. Think about it as being something that's really energetic. Yeah. So it feels like a lot of air. But actually, you should sing with a lot of air, right? Mm-hmm. When you hold back air, things don't go as well.
No. Yeah.
No, they don't. So, we'll do a few yawn sighs. So yawn and go. So. Good. Look at that open mouth. And here we go. She doesn't ever want to open her mouth. So one more time. So. And again, make sure you're grounded and breath in. So. Notice how we went through all those registers. We started out in head voice, ah, then we went through middle voice, ah, and then chest voice, ah. So we've exercised all the registers. Oh, now we're going to do a reverse yawn sigh. So we're going to go up in a siren. Ready? Here we go. Oh. What you may notice is when you head up, There's a little yodel that happens. And when you come down there, it's not so much of a yodel. The reason for that is because as you head up, the voice is trying to shift gears. You started out in the heavier mechanism of the chest voice. That's a really heavy mechanism. And the folds are very, very thick. I don't know how well you can see this, but really, really thick. And as you head up, then they begin to stretch. They also begin to thin out in this way. So they're thin, thick, thin. And so they're vibrating here on the edge. Whereas in chest voice, they vibrate all of the folds vibrate, not just the edge, but the below and the medial as well. So when you have that, it's pretty hard sometimes then to do this in a very seamless way. It's something you can learn over time. But what happens is you're vibrating, right? And you go, and then it goes, and that's why you feel that little bit of a yodel. And it's okay to feel that yodel. You can train yourself out of that. If you begin to lighten sooner, then it becomes more gradual. But you have to think about it. If it helps you to think in terms of color, like, okay, so chest voice is black. And I'm going to add gray. I'm going to add white. So I'm going to get lighter and lighter. So let's do that. So see, it's easier when you think about gradually getting lighter. And that's why it's easier to come down, is because we've started on the edge, right? And then it's much easier for that transition to happen than it is for it to go up. It's just a physical phenomenon. I'm not really sure why, but if you think mentally about it, you can get to where you can feel that sensation, get used to that sensation, and train that yodeling out of the voice. So now I'm gonna sit at the piano and I'm gonna play a few little scales. We're gonna start with just a 5-note descending scale. We're gonna sing. Sing along with us. So if you're a guy and you found that got too high for you, I noticed that when you get through this exercise a little bit, if you listen, you'll notice that I started playing it down here, and that's for you to go back down to another octave. If you're a guy or a particularly low voice female, you can sing that in the lower register and be okay and continue to do that. So, good. Now, let's do a few more. We're going to do a regular major scale. So 8 notes up and 8 notes down. We're going to do it on the vowel ah to get us going. Okay, good. So we've gone from chest voice to middle voice to head voice. If you're struggling with that, you might want to send me an email so that I can talk to you about possibly doing a Skype so I can hear you. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do an exercise that involves steps. And we're going to do something that involves a little bit of leaping. So we're going to sing. We're going to sing. Ready? Nice big breath. Okay, so we've gone from the bottom all the way up, and then we came right back down. That 8-note scale should be something you should be able to do all in one breath. If you're not able to do it all in one breath, then you might want to really make sure that you're staying engaged and getting good deep breath, and that you're not going ha 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 or ha ha ha, because every time you go ha ha ha, you're expelling what we like to say vomiting air. And you don't want to vomit air. You want to be sure that your air stays in the body at a good even rate of exhalation. So you want to hang on to the air as well as you can, and you do that by not collapsing or using ha 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 ha. So good warming up. Do this before you practice your songs, and you should feel nice and warm. If you feel like you still need to warm up a little more, maybe do 5 more minutes with your straw and water, and do some of those same with a straw in a water bottle, and that might help you get a little more warmed up. But don't spend more than 10 or 15 minutes warming up before you practice your songs. Okay, happy singing. Thanks. Bye.